Hello my friends, my name is Lee Hustle Malone, welcome to Malone Movie Watch, and today we are watching a short film called Heel by TNA, New Japan, AEW, by Pro Wrestling's Ryan Nemeth. I am so excited to watch this, and I like to think, you know, being a 10-year pro wrestler and a 15-year filmmaker, that makes me uniquely qualified to watch this. I've even baby oiled myself from the waist down, right? The room smells of deep heat. It's going to be a real 4D experience for me. But anyway, let's dive into Heel. Gorgeous lighting already.
In my room. He jams his arm on my neck. Like this. Holds it. Leaves me just enough air to stay awake.
Goozled.
And just awake enough to watch. Taste his fingers. He shoves them in my mouth like, you seen him do that in a match when they have him work a girl? He pulls out. I don't know where you've been, he says. Then back to his phone with my spit still on his thumbs.
Wow.
His fucking cum on my bra. My nice bra. We rode to the airport together. I paid for the Uber.
Wow, what a story already.
Happen.
I told you. It was at the Detroit show at the hotel.
And you told him to stop.
Seriously, Mason, fuck you.
I just want to know if he thought you were trying to fuck him or not.
You know, okay? It's the same thing those New York girls said. It's the same thing those girls that just signed said. It's the exact same thing. He's a fucking... I told him to stop. I told him. I tried pushing him off me.
Wow, this is really tough already.
Marks don't know. Motors. I don't care. They're fucking marks too. If you're a girl in this business, it is what it is. That's it. God. Well, now you know. Hey, your match was good. It was good. They bid on the DDT.
Man, two examples of brave faces there in very different ways. And I just want to shout out as well while we have this quiet downtime, the perspective of the height on there was really nice.
No.
A lot of bruises on there. It's interesting, a lot of wrestling media wants to tell that story of like, hey, this isn't ballet, hey, we're tough, but I wonder, will we go down that route or are there more interesting stories to tell?
Mace. Hey, Mace. Hey, congrats, man. I read on the internet, man. Cheers. Thanks.
It's genius. He gets promoters to book him in hotel rooms with the girls, which, by the way, guilty. At that point, it's almost a given. God, I love his gimmick. Marky's been working for what, 12 years?
12 years. It's a long time to suck.
Hey, it's the last move you're gonna take in the Indies. The booty bump. Can you believe some guys won't take it? Say it exposes the business. What's there to expose? Fans know it's fake.
Doesn't mean you have to rub it in their faces. Take their money and shit on them.
You fuck her yet?
The fuck you just say to me?
Marky told me she's a big rat. Fuck half the guys on my show. I figured you got in on that. I mean, rat or not, I'd fuck her sideways. 'Cause I'm lazy.
You can see boiling point really hitting.
You know what I told you last week? It was private. I wasn't asking you to do a thing about it. If you do, I will kill you. Hey, like shoot, kill you.
Hey, we're on deck. You want to go over it one more time?
Yeah.
Really subtle
The
nods.
last thing I need is lose all my bookings.
Really subtle, really well written nods.
You think every one of those girls is lying?
I'm saying it doesn't matter. You're a fake wrestler, my dude, not the goddamn sex assault police.
You remember when we started out and the vets would tell us to leave the locker room better than we found it?
Like cleaning?
I'm doing that. I'm gonna leave the locker room better than I found it.
You think they're still gonna sign you? If you fucking kill a guy? This shit ain't real.
Oh my god, this
So you
is
might
such
think
a
he's kind of short.
such
You
a
don't really need to get any of your shit in, right? I mean, you already got your new contract.
this is a breath of fresh air.
Fans
Oh
don't
my
really like
god.
wrestling anymore. I know it's fake as shit. Plus, my spots always get a better reaction than anything yours do. So, yeah. Let me tell you my comeback.
Hey, anything I need to know?
Yeah, brother, I got a bunch of new things I want to try today.
Yeah, boy! Oh, you've got me mad and excited so quickly. I know I touched on the lighting earlier, but the
Guess they heard. How the hell are you gonna get any heat?
I'm the heel.
grain and the texture here is just so nice too. So you can see how all those years of being told that your character is turning yourself up to 11, this guy getting himself into hotel rooms with women, it's like he's bought into his own hype and gone too far.
He wants to give you his comeback.
We're not gonna need it.
Okay, but if anyone asks, you fade me on this. I don't know anything.
Referee looks a bit like Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Doesn't affect the story. Just wanted to say it.
Lexington, Kentucky. You are so lucky to have me here tonight. Let me tell you a little something. I've been in this business for over a decade, but here's the bottom line.
Yeah, fuck ya.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck is wrong with you? This is really fucking psycho.
God, I thought he broke his neck there. Oh, but the aggression is just so well played and well acted. It's just like this slow boiling over.
I can cover for you, but not if you kill him. Stop.
This piece of shit does things to girls he's not supposed to do. Probably I'm not supposed to say anything, right? Right? And I'm supposed to come out here and do business tonight. But I can't do business with that.
Hey, Mace, I think you should get out of here.
Got your big fucking contract and decide to kill my show? You ungrateful fuck!
I broke my fucking nose, man. Fuck.
Let me guess, you're all pilled up.
God damn it, I told you I wasn't a fucking charity case! Fuck!
This guy can get his nose broken. The promoter can get his broken too. God, the lighting's so nice.
Everybody hates that dude. He goes around telling everybody how fake it all is.
It is fake, Mace.
Wasn't fake tonight.
Excellent last line. Ah, yes. Right, let's get into the breakdown. Let's take it away. So I love that this was in equal measure for the locker room, for the wrestling fans, and for the wider world, I guess. Just when I was watching it at the end there, and you know, he said that line about, you know, it's fake, you know, that, and I thought, this has been mentioned quite a few times, but then again, to the outside world, to the non-wrestling fans, which is the majority of people, that's the go-to talking point, right? That's the number one buzzword. It's word association. There were those little things like, do you want to run it one more time? Do you want to get your comeback? So that a wrestling fan who really identifies as a wrestling fan is able to look at it and go, oh, I'm in the know too. I've picked that up too. I've heard that on a dirt sheet or two. Yeah, it just felt like it accessed people on all levels, and everybody walked away with a really enjoyable watch. I gushed enough about the lighting and the camera work and the perspective and things like that while watching the film, but I really do think that stuff like that really allows you to soak into a film. It stops you coming out of the picture, and it really lets those messages, you know, that the film is trying to tell, it really lets them hit home. There is a lot to say with production value. I know sometimes when we look at like short films and stuff like that, we have to take budget into consideration, but I really think like when you're trying to send a message, the last thing you want people to watch it with kind of like goblin brain, right? Goblin, and then at the end they go whoa and kind of turn to their friend. If you're watching it and then you kind of blink and you're like, oh, all right, I'm watching some fan thing. I'm not watching Avatar 3 or whatever it is. Like, it plays a part in it. It's something you got to consider. One thing I wrote down on this is, how did this make me feel as a wrestler? And on the one side of things, it made me think, I don't know how realistic this is, right? Like, if everybody knows this guy is a piece of shit, would this guy really be at risk of losing his bookings because of it? But then on the other side of things, you know, the pro wrestling industry, like every industry, but really like the pro wrestling industry, has so many dark stories, has so many dark sides of the ring, that there's probably 100 stories exactly like this. So I can't tell if I am pessimistically impressed, or maybe I'm just an optimistic guy, or what it is, but like, this really made me think, and it did a great job in creating our main character as this kind of like, I guess, kind of an anti-hero. And it did make me really like recontextualize the idea of heel as that title, right? Like, this guy did end up like a Deadpool or a Wolverine, right? He's the bad guy doing a bad thing, covered in blood and people screaming at him. But as the audience member, you're really rooting for him. So yeah, really made me think, and I loved that. And finally, yeah, Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, and Tiny Red Cups. And I'm a big fan of both of those things, so Oscar nominations for me at least. Wrestling often gets seen as kind of like a boys club, and in this film we kind of got to see both sides of that. Because on the one hand you got the real misogynistic side of the boys club, you know, people keeping that secret and protecting these bad people. But on the other side of thing, you got to see our protagonist and their female friend, and it's kind of like, hey, you're one of the boys too. You're part of this club too. And they went out of their way, jeopardizing their future to protect that. And I thought that was really fascinating. That was Heel by Ryan Nemeth, a really well told, really deep and thoughtful short film, and I hope I can watch a lot more from the pro wrestling world in the filmmaking space soon. That's it for this week. Our question of the week. I always give you a question to end these things with, and today is, if you could watch a biopic on anyone in the pro wrestling world, who would you go for? I've seen the theory floating around online that, you know, they should do a Eddie Guerrero story with like a Pedro Pascal. I don't know if I could see Pedro bulk up like that. Maybe he's done a movie where he's bulked up a bit. I ain't seen it. I know that's the one going around online. The one I would kind of like to see is Batista's, because I know he got into the game later. I kind of want to see how having two lesbian mums has kind of shaped that guy, how he sees masculinity and stuff, and then breaking into acting and that whole thing. You know what all that must have been like. So that's my nomination. Give me a Batista movie. He might be a little bit too old to play real young Batista, unless they want to go the Danny DeVito route and just have him play exactly as he is now when he's like 10. I would buy that. I would take that. I hope I kept you company while you eat your dinner. That's Malone Movie Watch. Peace.